This is Richard from TechandMiscReview, here to test how good Mac OS X Leopard does on a 700 MHz iMac G4, and I will also be comparing in this video between it having 512 megabytes and a gigabyte of RAM to see how much better it will perform with the extra RAM, and just to give you an idea on how fast this thing does Leopard, because for one, this is an unsupported configuration. I was using Leopard Assist, of course, so I could just install the OS X Leopard. On the back, you can see it has a few three USB 1.1s. Yes, it's not 2.0. A couple of Firewire 400s. This little proprietary connector for that Apple uses on their Pro speakers is a, I think, 2.5 millimeter jack, not the standard 3.5. Let me just get that sucker back in there. And it also has a spot for the headphone jack, the 3.5 millimeter, so you can also use your old speaker set if you don't like this one. But I must warn you that the speakers on these are actually pretty darn good. It also has a mini VGA right over there, and a gigabit Ethernet, and this model has the optional airport card that does A and B wireless signals. It does not do wireless G or wireless N, which is a shame, but I'm pretty sure they fixed that in later models of this with the Airport Extreme wireless G card. Now, let us just boot this thing up. Okay. In this test, we'll just be seeing how good it boots up. There will be no timing whatsoever. And we will see, just do a basic internet test. And I will be doing a test on some of the applications in a later video, because I hope to make this a series of videos. Okay. Of course, all these videos might not be posted in the same order. They might be posted in different orders depending on how relevant I think they are to order-wise. Okay, that logged on quite quickly. Let me just enter in my lucky password. Oops. Okay. I must warn you on this one, these originally came with only 256 megs of RAM, but you need 512, at least minimally, just to be able to use it unsmoothly on Leopard. But it's still not that bad with 512. A gigabyte might help it a whole hell of a lot, in my opinion. To prove to you that this is an unsupported configuration, let me just do that about this Mac, and you can see right there. Come on, autofocus. 700 megahertz PowerPC G4 with 500 megabytes of SD RAM. So that's your proof that this thing is only running the 512 megabytes. Now, let's start with the internet test. The only test I will be doing today, and we're just going to be going to a couple of websites, see how well it does on the internet. So let's open up Temp4 Fox, because that's what we'll be testing with. Because it's the only thing that renders a web page correctly. Okay, Temp4 Fox is started. Now let's just start by doing a basic web page. Let's just go to google.com. I'm also very sorry, but I do not have a tripod at this moment. If you watched any of my previous videos, which were only 2 because my SD card decided to break on me, and it actually popped up Google almost at a very reasonable speed. But let's just up it. Let's try YouTube and see if we can play a video. Okay. Not bad. I actually loaded it at a better speed than I expected. Now, I'm just going to see if I can find an HTML5 video, because this thing is not at Flash, I can tell you that much. And let's see if we can play a video. Oh, that's why the account's different. I'm not on my own side. I'm on the side I don't use oftenly. Switch account. Tech review. Okay. Here is a much better page. Now let us just find if I can get this mouse working. I will also be, if you guys want, I can also do an in-depth review on how this Apple Pro mouse is. Just put it in the comments that you would like to see me review this. Okay. Okay, let me just find you a video. Here, look, this one looks like a good one. Okay, that's a Flash plugin. That's also a Flash plugin. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to do a video today. However, I might just show you Mactubes. That's the only thing that can render this computer correctly. It's the only one that can render the videos and play them at a reasonable speed. Of course, you can't get something like 1020p or anything like that, but you can, so you really can't go play, but it is kind of hard to play a YouTube video. Now, I'm just going to show you speedtest.net. And I'll show you that you can't even use speed test. Hold on. Can't spell today. And I'll show you. You can't even use speed test, because you don't have Flash or Java on this computer, because the Flash that was compatible, Adobe and Oracle have dropped PowerPC support years ago. but also, let's just see how it handles a modern website like Facebook. I can't. Let's see if it can load Facebook. And it can load Facebook. Of course, 10.4 Fox can load mostly any page. It's just gonna take you a little bit. And also, let's just take a look at one of my Amazon, just for our last test. Let's see. And it loads Amazon pretty well. You know what? Let's just see if it can even play a online game. I highly doubt it because this thing has terrible Oh, I'm not gonna try and do that. Let's say if it'll play a simple game. And it won't. So, you're really just stuck to basic web browsing. And just to show you that it can actually play YouTube videos, I'll start up a little program called Mactubes, which you can also find online by just searching for it easily. Let's see if I can find a test video. Okay. Let's try this one. How old are your ears? Go here. And also, if you do put on this player, what you want to go is, before you do anything, is it'll automatically be on Flash Player. You don't want that. You want it to go into QuickTime Player because that'll play it so much better than Flash ever could. And you press play. Make sure the speakers are up.
As we grow older, we often lose the extreme ends of our hearing spectrum.
And we can tell it actually plays something.
So, how many of the...
It actually does play actual video, which is good. Meaning, you can still play videos on this. There's plenty of third-party workarounds for some of the problems you might encounter with a power PC. Because those lost support many, many years ago. Oh yeah, I forgot Control-click. Okay, so I'll tell you what else. Come back once I have the RAM upgraded in this thing, and in the description, if you want to watch me how I replace the RAM, like I said before, the link will be in the description. I might also put a link in the description for 10.4 Fox and Mactubes. Okay? So, see you all later. I'm back and I have the 1 GB of RAM in here. Now let's see how this thing actually performs. Let's start with the boot up test. Again, keep a mental idea in your mind on how long this is. I don't have a stopwatch. I'll invest in getting one. I'll try and keep an approximation count. Starting 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, that took right around 30 seconds. That isn't that bad. I don't think that's that much of an improvement. I think it actually took right around the same amount of time to start up. Let's do the login test. Let me just enter in my password. About 10 seconds. Still not an improvement. I'm not impressed so far. So far, it seems that if you have 512 megabytes that you should stay. Now, let's do a few of the other tests that I've done in the other one. Let's try going on the internet with 10.4 Fox and going to a few websites. I'll try to remember as clearly as I can the websites that I went to because I didn't, because I'm filming this a couple days ahead of when I last filmed the other one because I didn't have the RAM in before. Now I do have the RAM in. Okay, if I'm accurate, I went to Google. So let's just go. Let me find my mouse. There we are. Let's just go to Google. About the same. It might have been a little bit quicker, so that's always good. Let's try YouTube. Next. That was also pretty quick. I think that there is a slight improvement on speeds to get to websites. I won't play any videos because I do know that, of course, they will not play. So, and I will not go to speed tests because, of course, that won't work either. So, let's just get on to the next test and just see if we can see how quickly we can play on Mactubes. Okay, we're on Mactubes. Phone blocks looks good for a tester. We are using QuickTime, and let's play it. As you can see, it works. Sorry about that abrupt, disconnection. I accidentally hit the home button and it stopped recording, and I don't want to have to record this again, so I'll just be cutting a part of that out where I messed up, and let's get back to the point. Mactube still works at the same speed, so what does that mean for my recommendation? That means that it doesn't give you enough speed to spend the $20 to upgrade the RAM, in my opinion. Let me just control click this, hold on. Okay. Yeah, but it doesn't really give. There's not enough speed in it for it to make a difference, so if you're looking to upgrade from 256 megabytes to 512, hell yeah, do it. If you're going to a gigabyte, no. And in the last video, I never showed you how quick these things shut down. Now, I shut this thing down before because I technically started it up before I made this video on it, but let's just shut it down to see what the speed is like. Yes, I want to shut down. And it shut down. That's one of the things I like about it. Of course, with the extra RAM, it really didn't increase the shutdown speed because with 512, it was shutting down at the same exact speed. So, my opinion, don't go for the 512. And that mostly just wraps up this video. Now, remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, because those buttons are not there for you to look at, they're there for you to use. And it would help me out a lot. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.